Level 1. Rhythm.
say goodbye.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Never say goodbye, I'ma die with you. I hate it when you sigh, cause I cry with you. See, I never say goodbye, I'ma die with you. I hate it when you sigh, cause I cry with you.
Say it. Say it. BBB Dick 4.
Woo!
What's up, gamers? How you doing? This is Torrance Hudson, also known as Hud Zero, and welcome again to another great episode of Gaming Treble. We have an awesome and exciting show to you. This is actually going to be, we're going to get above the noise and actually get back into gaming. Yes, sir, we are going to normalize and we are going to stabilize, and it's going to be awesome, and I guarantee it. So I'm going to talk to you about my wonderful panel, and let's start to my right, Mr. Tony San Miguel, the Neon Samurai. Please, my friend, why don't you tell me? Why don't you tell me? Why don't you tell me what you've been doing? You know, I mean, I know you had a long week, but you know what? Like what? Yeah, what you been up to?
Yeah, just busting my ass at work, and I started replaying Witcher 3.
Ooh.
Still having just as big a blast as I had the first time I played it. This has to be like my fourth playthrough.
You guys are getting geared up for Witcher 4, or are just doing for nostalgia's sake?
I forgot Witcher 4 was coming out. I just wanted to play something with a good story, and boom, I was fine with that.
Yeah.
So I'm simultaneously playing that and the Mass Effect trilogy.
Yeah, fun fact. I actually, speaking of Witcher 3, did you know that actually if you're actually in the Westchester area, they're actually going to be doing a Witcher concert. They're actually going to be doing the entire soundtrack. Yeah, they're going to be.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're going to
over
at the Westchester County Center. That's right. I think it's in. It's in August. Is it not?
Is that where they did the Westchester County Fair?
Yep. Well, no. Westchester County Fair? No. That was in Yonkers. That was Yonkers Raceway. That was a long time ago.
That was in the freezer. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
County Center. That's where they usually have like the WWE and TNA wrestling shows.
Oh, gotcha.
Over there.
Okay.
And reptiles. Yeah. And the reptile shows over there.
Yeah. You know what? I'm trying to get a solid date because every single time I pass by, I see it. I'm like, oh man. So, maybe I can look it up right now. That's I'm actually interested. You know, let me see. Witcher concerts. I think it's over in yeah. Oh yeah.
Crazy. I didn't even know about that.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Johnny, you ever play The Witcher? I didn't play the first two. I started with the third.
I played a couple of them, over at a friend's house. Just didn't like sit down and actually play them, but they are pretty good games though.
They're amazing, bro. The third one at least.
September.
Mm-hmm.
The Witcher in concert.
Oh, September.
Yeah, September 26th. Right now, the tickets are live and everything. The tickets are actually selling out like crazy. I mean, I think it's at 8 p.m.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh wow!
I think that's
There's probably fans coming in from like out of state. Definitely.
Listen.
Oh yeah.
I know.
That place is gonna be packed. It's gonna be packed.
Yeah.
It's gonna be packed. I mean, listen. The Witcher has an amazing soundtrack. I mean, if you actually have, I believe the composer. Let me see if I can get the composer. He's actually done a lot of amazing work besides The Witcher, and he has a live orchestra and everything. It's amazing.
It's not the off the top of my head. It's not the Hitman guy, is it?
I don't think so.
That's a big orchestra guy too.
No.
Let's see. Let's see if you can find it. It's let me see, Witcher soundtrack. Marcin, I can't even pronounce his last name. Holy cow.
Privilege.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Privilege. Because I'm friends with a lot of Polish people. So.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh,
Hey,
those names.
hey, awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, see, it's good to have friends in low places. Oh my goodness. Sonia Beluseva and Giona Estonelli. It was also composed by them too. I believe they.
Yeah, it's definitely not the Hitman guy. That was someone completely different.
Yeah. Wow. That's got man. Oh, okay. He's actually done some other work. He actually did the piano for Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean,
Wow.
the CD Projekt.
No, that's DLC. I
CD
didn't finish
Projekt
it.
Red is the same company. Well, the CD Projekt Red also did The Witcher and they did Cyberpunk, so that's
Yeah.
no surprise.
And
Right.
not only that,
Yeah.
he contributed for the Village of Shadows in Resident Evil Village.
That's
Oh,
what I
wow.
gotta get to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already
Holy.
finished
Behind
that.
in Resident
He's
Evil.
got some range, man. He's done a lot of different work. He's contributed a lot of music to a lot of different genres and games and also TV
You just
shows.
Yeah, you just reminded me, Tony, that I have to do the DLC for the Cyberpunk. Though I finished the whole game. Though,
Yeah.
Yeah, I just gotta do the DLC. I have to get to it sometime.
What an amazing
I
game,
didn't know you
though.
were playing it,
Cyberpunk
dude.
is
We could have talked about it, bro. That game's fun.
Cyberpunk is an
No, it
amazing
is.
game, man.
I had no idea you were playing it.
So
Cool.
good.
Oh yeah, no, I bought the game on launch though, but here's the funny thing: I played it on the Xbox Series X, and a lot of people were complaining that the game was crashing on them and everything, but I only had the game crash on me like maybe twice. I mean, other than that, I was able to play the game fine.
Yeah. I know it did it at least once, but I don't remember, man. It was that long ago. It seems to be running fine now.
Yeah, well, now they fixed it though, but like before when it first came out, I mean, I played on the Series X, and I think the Series X was the best way to play. Everybody was playing on PS5, on the PC. It kept crashing on them. So.
You know what? I wish they'd make a third-person mode for me, though. Please, CD Projekt Red, if you're watching, make Cyberpunk third person. I invested all this time and energy creating my character, and I can't even see him. Hook me up.
I know.
Please.
Well, you know what? I'm very sure.
That is a pain in the ass.
I'm very sure they will.
Yeah.
I'm very sure they will. That not only that, let's
I've been hoping since it launched.
Cool. Well, Johnny. So Johnny, let's talk about Mr. Johnny Alicia, the ladies' man, the Mr. Overachiever. You gotta tell me what you've been up to lately.
This week I just been working, and then I finally got a chance to check out Andy Bogart and Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, and then I tried out Elena Street Fighter 6. I've been putting those characters on hold for a while, so I said, let me try these characters out. So,
Elena is a beast. Elena is a beast. Oh my god, her combos and mix-ups are ridiculous.
You can combo a lot of her combos very easily in that game. She has so many easy juggles to do. It's
and her cross-ups. Did you see her cross-ups? Her cross-ups are nuts.
The cross-ups and that move that you could do, that you could roll underneath their projectiles, and then
yeah, man,
that definitely helps her game a lot.
Oof, my god.
And Andy's pretty interesting too, because of course you would. But anyways, Andy Bogart's pretty cool though, because he can do his he can fireball in the air now, but it doesn't. But it only it's like almost a Kuma's, but the thing is that it blurs out. It doesn't shoot like full range though. He goes Shoken and it goes like a little bit distance. But if you try to attack him, he could do it. And he's got Akuma's demon flip, so you could do like a crossover with the kick. You could do the slide, and then he has a spider grab where you can like choke him. Yeah.
Oh, Andy's got some new tricks.
Go back to Street Fighter 6. Let's get him, man.
That's nuts.
And Fatal Fury as well.
That's ooh.
Tony, you got Fatal Fury.
Yeah.
He's out now. You can download it. I think also next month I'm going to Evo over at the SNK booth. They'll let you try out 10 masters for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, so I can't wait to try it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yo, tell me how she tell me how he feels, man. Tell me if there's any differences, or if he has
From
an
the Street
advantage.
Fighter
Or
6
yeah,
counterpart, yeah, I
yeah,
definitely will.
yeah. Let me know. And
Absolutely.
oh, you were mentioning something else, another thing about the Kenshiro and making his big return on the screen, on the silver screen,
Yeah,
with the
buddy.
new.
Well, now on the silver screen, I think this is going to be a TV series.
Oh,
Because if you
okay.
remember back in 1984, they had a TV series, and I think what they're doing is that they're going to like remake the TV series with the CGI animation. Though there were some people that didn't like it though, but from what I've seen, I think it's going to be amazing. I think they're doing this the right way because I know a lot of people that seen the movie, but they never seen the original TV series. Or some people didn't want to watch the TV series because it seemed like a little bit too old because then that they show the white blood. But now, since it's going to be like a modern animation and the graphics look good, it looks more gory. If you guys see the teasers, I think it's going to attract a lot of young audiences to it, and I think it's going to bring a big audience to hope to know Ken Fist and North Star. But that comes out next year.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna put a little polish on that series and actually do Kenshiro proud.
And then also, what I noticed in the teaser, I don't know if you guys read the mangas because I have all the manga books from Fist of North Star.
Mhm.
I'm still waiting for the last one to come out. It's supposed to be out September. But Shin, I don't know if you've seen Shin when he came out of his cave. I hate to say it, but he was like butt naked. But he was like that in the manga as well. If you just like look at some of the manga images, but he wasn't like he didn't come out like that, of course, in the original TV series. But now it seems like they want to like take whatever it is from the manga and translate it into this new series. So I think that's pretty cool that they're doing that.
Yeah.
So there was some different takes there. There was like different stuff that they did with it. So I mean, I recognized it and I was like, oh wow. So I figured they're gonna do like the first season that talks about Kenshiro going after Shin, and then it's gonna follow up the next chapters. So I'm excited. As a Fist of North Star, come on, I got my Raul T-shirt, so I'm excited for this one.
I mean, I feel like if you are a fan of the Fist of the North Star, and you actually you like the originals, I would say give this one a try, or just watch it. Or better yet, if you're new to the series, I would suggest that you actually go in.
Definitely, it's
yeah,
a great restart.
Yeah, good. Yeah,
Yes.
go in raw.
Exactly, Tony,
You will be a fan, and you know what? To make it even more fun, check out the classics. Check out the classics. I mean, you do the comparisons.
Absolutely.
I have a feeling that you'll be like, wow, yeah, you'll notice a difference. But trust me,
He's like a cross between Bruce Lee, Jesus, and Chuck Norris in a Mad Max movie.
yeah, pretty much.
Well, that's what Kenshiro is. He's a cross between Bruce Lee and Mad Max.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's wearing Mad Max's
exactly
outfit, but he looks like Bruce Lee, and he's like 7 feet tall.
Yeah. I had somebody ask exactly. And plus, he uses nunchucks too, as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, he does Bruce Lee plucky sounds too, dude.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. His stance is like Bruce Lee as well.
Indeed.
But I wanted to say. Yeah. There you go. But also, I had somebody came up and asked me that should I like just go ahead and watch the original series, or should I just wait until the new series comes out? I told him that, well, if you don't have time to watch the original one, then just wait until next year for the new one. But I would suggest that I watch the original one, so you, like Torrance said, you can compare it to see how it is. See the differences. But I told him, like, if you
play the game.
Oh, of course, the game.
The game follows the story very closely.
Ken's Rage.
Yes.
Ken's Rage
I
games.
love
Oh my gosh!
Ken's Rage too.
If you love,
I still have all those games, Tony.
so amazing. So
I love them, man.
Try them out. Definitely try it out.
Oh,
try it out. Enjoy it. You'll love it. And if you like the lore,
you'll enjoy the game as much as the anime.
Well, listen.
Absolutely.
Listen. And if you actually a fan of classic games and everything, try out Last Battle, which technically is the Fist of the North Star, but they changed it.
I have the original. Yeah, go ahead.
But due to licensing issues, they had to change the title. So Which is actually kind of strange because you should know it is Fist of the North Star. Basically, Japan in
This
Japan.
nigga's hair brown.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same concept. He gets powered up and I think you see his shirt rip off and you see him do his move. What that? I was like, oh yeah, come on. You know it is. You know it's Fist of the North Star.
Not only that though, but that in the U.S. version, if you punch the enemies, they fly out. But in the Japanese version,
they explode. His heads explode. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. So I would say
blood everywhere.
I would say check out both.
Yes.
Check out both. Yeah, check out both, and
Yes.
and enjoy the game.
Exactly. Also, one other thing before we go. Also, you can't forget about the Sega Master System, the Sega Master game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Black
Yeah.
belt.
Oh yeah.
And
It was called Black Belt. Yes.
Yeah, they turned it into black belt over here.
They
They just put Kenshiro in a gi. It's the same game. That's all they changed.
Yeah. but here's an easy way to play it, though. I mean, the game is actually available to play on what's it called? It was called Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise. Unfortunately, that game only came out on PS4, and I'm surprised they have not released. I'm surprised they have not released this game on Xbox One and on PC, and people are still asking for this game to be released on the PC and Xbox One. It's a shame. It's the only one something that wants it. Exactly. I think everybody, even though the game is not canon, but the characters that they put in there are very interesting. So, but there's one way you can play that game on there. You got to find the arcade game. You can find it in his little apartment. If you go to Kenshiro's little apartment where he stays at, the little hut that he stays at, they have a TV and a Sega Master System. You could play it. You can actually play the Fist of the North Star the Sega Master System version, and then the other games too as well.
That's awesome.
It's cool.
That's freaking wild.
Yeah.
See, but the nostalgia is a hell of a drug. It always has been.
It is.
And if
it's a hell of a drug.
Right, indeed.
And
you know what? Game preservation and everything in all shapes and forms and everything is always welcome in the gaming industry. So, but for my
timeless.
Yes, indeed. But for myself, I've actually been getting into that Mecha Break. I noticed that people have been saying the Steam numbers are down, but you know what? I don't play on Steam. I play on the Xbox and everything. And you know what? The community is alive and kicking, and the game is kicking ass and taking names. My suggestion is, please, if you have any opportunity and you love mechs, hell, if you ever played Virtual On, if you ever played freaking what's the game called again? That came out for on the arcade. Gosh darn it, what is it called? Came out for the PlayStation 2 actually. And it was made by Hideo Kojima. Oh my goodness gracious. What was it called?
That's my boy, Metal Gear Solid.
Yes. Oh, what was that game called again? Oh my goodness. They have a collection too. And it just blanked. Holy cow. It'll come to me. Trust me, in the middle of the podcast and everything, I bet you the name's gonna pop up. As a matter of fact, fans, you know what game I'm talking about. If you're a fan of any type of game that's dealing with mechs and destroying things, this right here.
Are you talking about? Wait, hold on. Is it Zone of the Enders?
Zone of the Enders. Thank you, sir. Yes, Zone of the Enders. If you're a fan of Zone of the Enders, but actually dealing with team gameplay, you have a team of 6 who actually goes and either defends or actually comes or is to destroy these what do you call it? They're supposed to absorb or to add these new these crystallite, I think it's called. It's something like that. That's supposed to be building up inside the world, and these things are actually digging them up and absorbing them. But you are actually out to destroy the machines. So you have both factions. You will be on one side or the other, and it's so fun. It's frantic. There's so much going on. There's like lasers, and you have attacks, and you have snipers in the background, and you have different types of mechs. You have a heavy set tank like mechs. You have light agile mechs. You have mechs that actually can be able to transform into a freaking plane and have to get to faster locations faster. And you have like barrages of missiles and everything. Mega lasers. Oh my gosh. The only thing. Okay, there's only one caveat. Okay, there's only one caveat. This is only one thing, one little blemish on its wonderful gem. The microtransactions are a little ridiculous. It's that they're not as robust as I would hope they would be. It doesn't really. There's not much variety, and the prices are ridiculous. They need to lower the prices. Calm down with the prices a little bit, make it more accessible, and you'll actually keep the player base. Right now, the player base has been kind of dwindling a little bit because people are starting to get bored because there's not much more that you can actually do, not much more that you can actually unlock. The rest of the stuff is actually behind a paywall. So that is the only problem. This is actually a problem that Halo Infinite had for a long, long time. But if they can fix that problem, you're gonna get more people on. But the people who are staying, those are the ones that are waiting. And they're enjoying the game, and I'm enjoying the game. If you actually would please fix that problem, I'll be more than happy and everything to throw my money at you. But right now, it's good, not great, but good. Still fun times. Jump on once in a while, kick some butt, kick some mech. Absolutely.
On Game Pass. Check
Oh,
it out.
and it's on Game Pass. That's right. So you're not hurting your wallet.
Nice.
You're not hurting your wallet. Download the game, play for a few hours, have some laughs, kick some ass. But anyways,
It's pretty, man. It's pretty.
oh, it is. It's really really good.
You know, I am with pretty games, man. I
You
get
know,
mesmerized.
you can edit your pilot. You can actually add new colors to your mech, add new weapons and stuff like that. You get more upgrades, different type of weapons, different like
Yo,
upgrades.
You fight kaiju in it? Or it's
Yeah.
just other mechs?
Oh yeah,
You can
absolutely.
fight kaiju?
Ooh, no kaiju. But you actually,
Man.
but you actually do, but you do fight a lot of weird enemies though, in the game. So.
I want to Pacific Rim that bitch.
Oh yeah. I know. That's the thing. I wish they actually had. If they had some creatures, some like weird, like actually like
Yeah.
weird, like monster like creatures in the side of the game,
would attract a lot of people.
that would actually skyrocket the game. But unfortunately,
Oh,
right
yeah.
now you're just dealing with like other mechs, bastions, and also these
Let me share something with you guys.
what's that?
What's that?
If we ever have a Pacific Rim type situation, I'd choose any of you guys as my co-pilot.
Oh well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it, and trust me, we
I
would
need to
actually.
trust you guys.
We
So we're good.
we would be the perfect match. We will be in sync.
Yeah.
We would actually our mech will be unstoppable. Absolutely. So but anyway,
3-man mech, a treble mech. Yeah.
yeah, but right now,
Oh, yeah.
but I was gonna go into the game spec but really there was no major news this week. I mean, basically
No.
the aftermath and all the
Whole
other
week.
stuff. We really don't want to. It was like So, but we want to get above that noise and get back into gaming because right now, let's get right into this. It's just dumping both feet. We're gonna talk about the consoles that influenced the industry, consoles that actually revolutionized what gaming is. Basically, the gaming you have today would never exist without the influence of these consoles and what they brought to the table. And trust me, there are a lot of surprises. As I was doing my research, I was actually even shocked of what I found out. So first of all, before we even jump in, let's do a round table. Let's talk about what console actually actually really like shocked you because of the new feature, and what actually kind of made you more excited about what the future of gaming was. Let's start with Johnny. Actually, Johnny, let's start with you. Talk about what console like really got you excited and actually brought something new that you never saw before. Let's just say your mother went to the store and got you a brand new console that you probably were looking at and didn't really know, but then when you finally played it, you're like, oh my gosh. Talk about it.
Are you talking about it could be like an older system.
Older, of course. Yeah, it could be an older system. It could be a newer system. It could be something that that brought something to the table that has never been experienced before. That you actually said, "Wow, holy cow! This is bringing gaming into the future."
Well, when I was a kid, I remember when I saw the Genesis,
Mm.
and I was really impressed though from what I seen, and especially with the voices.
Oh,
Because remember, I grew up with the NES. The NES, we didn't have that many like there wasn't that much voices. It was very limited. And then I remember when my cousin had the Genesis, it blew me away. So, but then when I saw the Super Nintendo, and then I saw the colorful graphics and everything, and the music, and when I played it at Toys R Us, because they had the stand that you got to play Super Mario World right there, and they had the stands right there. When I played it, that's what blew me away, because the colorful graphics and all the the music and sounds, that blew me away as a kid. Now, when I got older, when I was in high school, when I saw unfortunately with the Sega Saturn, I saw the people were gonna tell me, people were gonna like make fun of me and said, "Oh well, the system didn't last long. So how do you feel about that?" And I don't care to this day. It was the Dreamcast still blew me away though when I first saw it though, especially when they had the online play and stuff like that. People could play the NFL 2K online, and then Fantasy Star Online as well. And I saw all the games that they were going to come out with though. So I figured that, and then after when I saw the first trailer of Shenmue, that blew me away. So I knew that Sega had something special right there. But unfortunately, it didn't last long. But I didn't care. Those were the systems that really blew me away. That told me like I had to get that system. Like I just had to get it. So that's why, like during the summer of '99, I was working at a camp, and I was saving my money, to make sure I had enough to buy that Sega Dreamcast on launch day, and those two games that I bought, which was Sonic Adventure and Mortal Kombat Gold. So
cool.
So yeah,
cool, man. All right, Tony, how about you? What console really said, "Oh my gosh, this is the future"?
I got a couple, dude.
Oh, talk to me.
My dude.
Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm a little older than Johnny, so I must have been like 5 or 6, and this was overseas. I saw the Atari 2600.
Oh yeah.
My cousins had it for a few years, so this wasn't when it released. That was the first time my first exposure to video games. And I was like, well, it doesn't look as cool as the arcade, but wow, you're playing this at home in your house. It was awesome.
All right.
So I never ended up getting one though.
Really? Wow.
What blew me away when I was a kid, when I actually was old enough to have my own system, all my friends had Nintendo, right? And then I started seeing these Sega commercials, and I saw this sleek, black, sexy machine, realistic-looking laser gun. It made the Nintendo look like a toy. Even the graphics. I do think the Master System was better than the NES. It never malfunctioned. You never had to blow into the cartridges. Graphics and sound are much better, and there was a lot less flicker in some of the games too. I think it was a superior system. It just the advertising wasn't as strong as Nintendo's. Right. That's a problem Sega's always had, advertising. Then later on, I got the Genesis. I think everybody did around that time. It was either that or Super Nintendo. But yeah, ever since the Master System, I've been loyal to Sega, right? So that blew me away, especially when I saw Ghouls and Ghosts at home. I was like, this is like an almost perfect arcade port.
Wow, yes.
Christmas Day when I got it, man. It played it well into the night, maybe like 2 or 3 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah.
Woo!
Frustrated with Ghouls and Ghosts.
Yeah, that's a player for you. Absolutely.
Yeah. I had similar experiences, and then the Super Nintendo Street Fighter 2. That was when I was gone. That was when I was hooked on video games.
Oh, yes,
I'd be late to high school every day because I was up to like 3 a.m. playing Street Fighter.
Oh, yeah. Everybody was on Street Fighter during those times, man.
Wow. Oh, wow.
especially when Street Fighter 2 came out on the SNES, but then later on, the Genesis got Street Fighter 2 Special Championship Edition.
Yep, of
And
course.
they finally got a 6-button controller.
Yeah, oh, yes, that's right.
So I didn't have to go to my friend's house to play Street Fighter anymore, and I could play with
Yeah.
And it was lined up like the arcade.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
buttons lined
yeah.
up like the arcade.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't have
right.
to mess around with the shoulder buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Wow.
Yep.
So that's awesome, man. That's freaking. See, wow. Where I began is back in the day when I never had a game console at all. When my stepfather actually brought over the Atari 2600 for the first time, I was not familiarized with cartridges. I was familiarized with going to an arcade, popping down quarters. First game that I ever experienced was a game called Time Pilot. That came out for the that was in the arcade by Konami. And my mother, just sat me down. We were at the paper store. I think she was actually, getting some, doing her numbers, and she popped out a couple of quarters and she said, "Here, go ahead, sit down and everything, keep yourself occupied." So I was playing Time Pilot. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just tapping buttons, just. But of course, me, for some odd reason, everything, my hand-eye coordination, everything was actually and kind of impeccable at that time. I was really young though. I was about 5, 6 years old. And they were like, the owner was looking at looking at me and saying, "Wow, look at this kid go! Look at him, whatever." And of course, when stepfather brought home a console, with these cartridges, popped in the first one. The first game that I popped in was Adventure. Now, at the time, I had no idea what RPGs were. I didn't even know what RPGs. It didn't even exist at that time. But if you would consider that an RPG, I would say you would. A short one, but a pretty fun one, because I had no idea what the concept was. All I saw was a dot coming from a castle, going down corridors and stuff like that, and getting chased by a green dragon, and you hear and stuff like that, and I'm running away from the dragon and not knowing where it's coming from, and then all of a sudden, when you lose, you actually go here, boo, and then all of a sudden you're inside the dragon's belly. So I was like, you gotta avoid that thing. But I would say that right there really opened my eyes. I had no idea what cartridges were, but that was pretty cool. And then I found out there was more cartridges. I was like, "Oh, what does this cartridge do?" Pop that one in. Second game I played, Asteroids. I was on that game for hours. Hours. I kid you not. Until almost 10 o'clock, and I wasn't even supposed to be up that late. I was actually up there playing the game, playing that all night. And then I think the third game I played, because he had a huge shoebox full of games. I played Pac-Man, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's it." But Pac-Man, I looked at it and I was like, "Wait, is that Pac-Man?" Because I've seen Pac-Man because
it looks a little different.
my grandfather,
right?
my grandfather, he actually owned a bar and a bar and dance club or whatever. And
Nice.
and I was playing some Pac-Man, and I remember that Pac-Man because yellow square, whatever it was. This one was not the Pac-Man that not my Pac-Man. Sorry.
Right, it was different.
It was completely
It's kinda
different.
Really blocky.
Yep. No, not at all. But going further than anything, but that was actually when I got older, I finally got myself the Atari 7800. Now the Atari 7800 was well advanced because Pole Position 2 was like my jam. I said, "Oh my God!" I remember Pole Position. This is as close as the arcades you can get. This is before the NES and that thing started taking off. I was like, oh
Yeah, I remember
wow,
commercials for the
yeah.
7800.
I was playing. I played Pole Position 2. Oh my goodness, it was so amazing, especially Fuji. Oh, you ever? Have you
That's
ever?
a sexy looking machine too.
It
I'm looking at it
was
right now.
absolutely. When you turn it on and everything,
Yeah.
you see the Atari sign, and you see like the colors and everything coming down. Oh man. So the games that I got for the
My
game.
cousin had one.
Colors.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The games that I got for it and everything was that actually took advantage of the game. The Pole Position 2 came out with the console. It was a pack-in. And at that time, two controllers came with the console. Now, see the concept. You remember, people are so used to getting one controller with their console, which is a shame. Every single console that I'm actually mentioning right now came with two controllers, which means that you have a a partner to play with in mind. And I don't know
Right.
I don't know. I had no idea what happened.
Playing
But
by yourself.
yes, yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah.
I see their mentality back then. Yeah.
yeah, so
Mhm.
every single console had two controllers, and we come on. What console actually came with had paddles, for a controller? Atari was the first console that actually had paddles that you could be able to use to play games like Breakout, to play games like I think it was another one called Kaboom. I think it was. You could play with the paddle and tennis. I think it was tennis. It was another one. You could play with the paddles. That was almost revolutionary in itself. So, and no other console actually had paddles except for the NES. I believe that was further back. So, after the 7800, the NES was coming out. My friend of mine, who was actually up the street, actually was playing Nintendo. I was like, "What is this? Oh, this is the NES." Super Mario Brothers blew me away. I played Super Mario Brothers all night. But of course, he had other games too. He had, I think he had a few other games. Um, and I wanted one, and I wanted one really badly. My mother did not give me one until I actually reached the age of 12. And I finally got one, and she packaged it. She got me the Atari, sorry, the NES Entertainment System that came with Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt was so awesome. Me and my sisters were playing Duck Hunt all night long. It was so
I got a
fun.
beef with that dog.
Listen, did you know?
Leave that dog alone.
I got a beef with that
Listen,
dog, dude.
listen. That dog laughing at
Leave the
you
dog alone.
would make you want to
Tell me
go
stop
and
mocking me.
just jump in and strangle it every single time you miss it. I'm like, okay, yeah, yeah. And you want to shoot the dog too? Oh my gosh! But
All right, I'm not the only one that did that.
oh
I
man,
shot the dog a few times.
yeah.
I
Oh
tried to.
yeah.
Alone.
That dog. That dog. Oh, what a pain
I'm
in
a
the
dog
ass.
lover, man, but that dog pisses me off.
Yeah. You know what? Take that dog, put it out for pasture. Huh?
You know what this reminds me of? I'll tell you what dog that pisses me off. You remember the Geico commercial with the laughing dog?
Oh my gosh.
That's a dog. Now, let me tell you something. If that dog laughs at me because I have a high bill, I'll grab that dog by the neck and I'll throw him outside.
I'll laugh at that dog if he saw Old Yeller. Are you kidding me? Don't laugh at me with my high insurance bill.
Yeah, exactly. Now that's something that I'll be pissed off about. That's a reason to
That's
get
a
mad
jerky
at the
dog, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Now the dog's gonna laugh at me, yeah, because I missed a couple of dogs. Okay, that's fine. But if you see me like I'm paying like car insurance or I'm paying a high bill, you're laughing at me because I gotta pay for this. Oh heck no! You're going outside for the rest of the night, and don't cry. That's it.
Oh my gosh. So
I thought I was talking to her.
man.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry. That laughing dog just reminded me of that Geico commercial. I had to bring it up.
no, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, trust me. That's another dog you want to put out the pasture. But yeah. So but she also got me another game that kind of revolutionized gaming, The Legend of Zelda. One of the first games.
When I first got that game.
That was crazy.
One of the first
the gold
games.
cartridge. I had the gold cartridge.
Yep. One of the first games that actually had a battery save. That first game that you didn't have to use any passwords and none of that nonsense. All you had to do was hold on to the reset button and everything, and press the power button to save. Make sure your game is reserved. It actually recommended it because it was inside of the instruction booklet. It tells you to hold on to the reset button before you press the power button. Why? I have no idea. Maybe something about short circuiting. I have no idea. It didn't really tell you. But yeah, try attempting to turn off the game without doing that a few times. Consider your game gone. It happened to me once. I had 7 hearts. I was like, not even halfway through the game. I think I was at the 4th or 5th castle, whatever, 5th dungeon, and yeah, gone, all of it, everything, all my progress. I was so mad. I was so frustrated. I almost didn't want to play the game anymore. But you know what? Me, I was a kid. I was determined. I played it again, and then I finished it.
I was very fortunate that I didn't go through that. Thank God.
Yeah. So yes.
What happened to your cartridge that killed your save?
What happened was, if you actually turned the power off without holding on to the reset button enough times, like the first few times, no problem. Keep on doing that as time goes on. Somehow, some way, either the battery short circuits or something like that, and your save is completely gone.
Wait, you gotta hold the reset button when you're.
You have to hold on to the. It's recommended.
I've never heard that.
It's recommended. If you read
I know it's recommended, but I never had to do that though. I was very fortunate.
I never.
Okay. Well, if I can bring it up, as a matter of fact, it's actually in the instruction booklet. I will actually bring it up because
I think I remember sitting there, but I never had to do that. Like I made sure like the cutscenes was done over, and then when I was done, and then I'll say it on that screen, then that was safe for me to shut the game off, and that was it.
Yeah.
And I come back and my save is still there. So
I
was fortunate.
Let's see. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. So it shows that right there. Link will surprise himself. Blah blah blah. Okay. No. That's not it. Oh yeah. Here we go. Here it is. This actually should show a. All right. It shows actually at the end of the booklet. At the end of the booklet, it actually says that. It says like when you actually save your file. Let's see. When you save your file, it actually has a. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm looking on Stack Exchange with all the developers. When they chat, they said the reason you had to do this was because the NES was never designed for saving data in the first place.
Yep.
So holding reset sets it to sets both the cartridge and the system to almost a sleep mode, so they can continue saving, and then you can power it off.
Yep.
I never heard of this. This blows my mind.
Yeah.
Yep. I told you. And for some odd reason,
this blows my mind.
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
Yeah.
Well,
kind of.
I got fortunate then.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, me too. I never had to do that before, and like I said, my game never got deleted or anything.
It's crazy, right? Though I mean, but that's the thing. There's some things that people don't know when unless you actually had the original. When you have the original game and you decide to read the manual, which a lot of people don't, because people actually throw the manual to the side and say, "Oh, look, pretty colors." Okay, let's go to the game. Which I usually do.
Oh, look at the enemies I gotta fight.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That looks cool. Okay, next, let's get to the game. Me, I always go by trial and error. But for some odd reason, I was compelled to read the manual because the manual was thicker. The manual was much thicker than normal manuals. It was it was a much thicker manual, and I said, "Oh my god!" It has a whole thing, and in the back of the manual, it even has notes. You can actually write down notes in the back of the manual, so you can sit right there and say, "Oh, I found X, Y, and Z," and make and keep. Oh man, that was revolutionary also. But that's just pen and paper. But anyway, but then of course, future wise, and as I keep on going on, ColecoVision, I saw that it wasn't so fun. It was blah blah blah. The in television was actually different with its actually his button controls. You have to have these little sheets that you can put inside your controller to show you how to play like games like combat, things like games like there's certain other games that that you have to use your special controls to control it, and the buttons are his what 1 through 9 like a telephone, and you can control your character, but you can use the buttons to be able to do certain moves or attacks or pivots or whatever it is, depending on what kind of game it is. So that was kind of revolutionary in a sense, but it was also confusing. So I felt it felt too much like PC and not like game. Even though some of the games are pretty cool. You know, like Rocky. I played Rocky. I played games like Enduro. I played all those games. You know, whatever. Then of course, further off, like I said, I told you about the NES. Sega Genesis was born. I saw the commercial. I saw it for the first time. I went to a place called Ronnie's Video Warehouse, which no longer exists, and I went inside and I played on a big screen Altered Beast, and it was just like the arcade. And I said, "Oh my gosh!" And I was looking for an arcade board. I kid you not, I kid you not. I walked in and looking for an arcade board because I was like, "Oh, how'd you get this arcade game to work on TV?" And they said, "No, dude, this is the Genesis." And I said, and I was looking at it, and then I was looking at it, and I was like, "Oh, that's the Genesis! Holy cow!" Saw the controller, 3 button controller, nice sleek
That's
design.
funny how you found that out about that Ultra Beast. I mean, I saw the commercial, and when I saw the Genesis was able to play games like Ultra Beast and Ghouls and Ghosts, I was like, holy crap, they got Ghouls and Ghosts and Ultra Beast on the Genesis, and it looks like the arcade, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's what everybody was telling me. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And my cousin had it though, so I used to go to his house and play it. I was like, wow.
The Genesis was
especially Ghouls and Ghosts.
Yes.
It was.
And you had Ghostbusters too, which was awesome. And Revenge of Shinobi.
It was revolutionary because number one, graphics were almost unparalleled. It was not like the NES. The NES and the same pixelated and all that stuff. Yeah, it's colorful, but even the sound quality was there. Come on, voice hearing like "Rise from Your Grave," even though it wasn't perfect, it was actually still voice better than what you were playing before. You know, I mean, for goodness sake. And they showed me a slew of games that that came out for it. Forgotten Worlds. Come on, bro.
No.
Listen, man.
Strider.
A Strider. Well, that came out like much later. That came out a little later, but come on, man. Strider, bro. Yeah. Strider. Listen, I was sitting back.
Arcade Perfect.
Yeah. Oh.
Arcade Perfect. The part when you start the game, I was very surprised when you start the game and you got the Grandmaster Mia doing that laugh in the beginning. I was like, oh wow, it's just like the arcade.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it blew me away.
Yes. How crazy was that? When you were actually watching that game and you were saying, "Oh, look at the graphics, look at the gameplay." It's just like you remembered it. Even though there were some things that were little things were changed because obviously the Genesis couldn't get everything, but it was close enough.
It was damn close.
Yeah, Golden Axe. What?
Really close.
Golden Axe.
Yeah.
When I saw Golden Axe, I was
yeah.
like, okay, listen, and even better, Golden Axe actually was a little bit better than the arcade because it went one stage further. If you remember, at the end, yes, that's right.
Level and another boss.
That's right.
My only problem with that is that when you beat Darth Adler, the blood doesn't splatter when the axe drops on his chest.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing. But
yeah,
I think that was just hardware restrictions.
Yeah, I think
they
so.
had to cut something out because of hardware. Yeah, memory and stuff.
I mean, I would have loved to see the blood texture. I don't know. I'm kind of sick like that when I was.
Because we know back then, Sega had no problem with blood.
Nope.
That was when they became edgy. They started taking on Nintendo head on with their commercials.
Yes.
Sega grew their balls and just went all in.
Yeah.
Dude, they did it since the beginning when the Genesis first came out. Remember,
Yeah,
Genesis does
what
when
Nintendo
Nintendo
Don't.
and
Yeah.
don't exactly.
Yeah. So they
They
you know, so the second boss right now said that the Sega at the time was more like the rock and roll system, like the rebel system. It was the system that
Yeah, it was.
was against the tide, so to speak, and everything. For the big boys, not for the little kiddies. You know, Nintendo
Yeah.
was the kiddie system, and Genesis was more like for, hey, you know, we are for you guys. You're for the hardcore.
Mhm.
We're for the ones who like to kick ass and take names. This is that was the console that they were actually representing, and at that time, the sound quality on cartridge was actually starting to improve, and what NES was still kind of like in their own lane, but of course the soundboards were not great. Genesis had the Yamaha chips. The Yamaha chips and everything that was used inside the console was actually better. The sound quality, everything about it was better. Dual sound channels and everything, stereo sound. That was actually revolutionized for the Genesis. Why do you think they actually had a headphone port inside the on the console? That's a feature. That was a feature. It had the volume control and it had a little headphone port, bro. Not
I
yeah.
love the headphones.
That was
I could do it without
revolutionary.
getting in trouble.
That was revolutionary. Yeah, of course. But it was revolutionary. It was revolutionary. And then you had, and then of course, at further off, when the Super NES came out, Mode 7 was born. Now, of course, when the Super Nintendo came, there was another game console I wanted to get my hands on. Never got my hands on until I got a little bit older. But my
I had a
God,
choice from my parents. My parents told me that listen, I could either get a Genesis or an SNES. So it was a kind of a little bit of a rough choice for me. But I said, you know what? I love the colorful graphics because when I was a kid, I was a sucker for color graphics and all that other stuff. So I said, you know what? And all the games I enjoy on Nintendo, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have like super versions of them. So that's why I went with the Super NES. And then
indeed.
I said, you know what? My
You got Street
godbrother
Fighter
downstairs.
2 first, too, man.
Exactly. And
Lucky guy. I had to wait.
My godbrother. I said to myself, wait a minute. My cousin has a Genesis. My godbrother downstairs has a Genesis. So if I want to play Genesis, I could just go to their house. So might as
You
well
had
just
the
get a
best of
Super
both
Nintendo.
worlds.
Exactly. So there you go. That's another reason why I got the Super NES.
Yeah,
Smart move.
that Super NES I actually experienced when I went to a place called Software Etc. It was actually located
Yes, I missed
located
that place.
in our local gallery mall, which no longer exists. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
RIP to the gallery.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
But yeah, that was actually where I experienced the Super NES and its wonderful Mode 7 glory. And at first I wasn't really sure what Mode 7 was, but trust me, when I played Super Mario World, whoa,
You saw it.
whoa! So
What did you
I
see?
thought Super Mario Brothers 3 was actually
Beautiful.
was like ahead of its time. Super Mario World took that, broke the mold,
Blew
remolded
it out
it,
of the
and
water.
made it bigger. Yeah, absolutely. It was the Mode 7 was fantastic. The music was great. The echo effects and everything when you're inside the caves. The music, oh my gosh.
Yes.
I can go on and on. And of course the introduction of Yoshi. And then of course the boss and stuff like that. Seeing Bowser coming from the background, and when you actually face the boss, bro. Listen,
Yeah.
I
Got the
loved
Koopalings too, the Koopa Kids.
the Cooper Kids. Listen,
With them again.
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it was when I saw the commercial finally, but then again, I saw the game first before I saw the commercial. I said yes, a bit more Mario. Oh, absolutely. Oh, feed it to me, feed my veins. And then of course there was other games that came out that actually took advantage, like ActRaiser, another great game when they had the Mode 7 going into the Castlevania 4. Oh yes, blew me
The
away.
music. Wow.
The
I was a Castlevania fan. I love Castlevania 1, 2, and 3 was my all-time favorite. Still is to this day. But Castlevania 4 with the music and the background. And
You
then you get to use your whip chain. You could so many dial directions. You could swing it.
Oh my gosh! Yes, yes,
Wow.
yes. I mean, listen.
Konami, like,
To this
blew it
day,
out of the park with
to
that
this
one.
day, to this day, I pop that game in once in a while. I have to. It's almost like a religious. I have to kind of pop it in just for the hell of it because number one, music, fantastic. Number two, the gameplay was actually impeccable. Three, bosses, you know, actually fantastic.
Yeah.
And of course, you can't go wrong with with the awesome backgrounds and all that stuff. You just get immersed.
Especially the background with that one stage where you saw the background was going like in circles.
Yes.
I was like, when I
Oh
was a
wow.
kid, when I was like, I played that game when I was like 10 or 11 years old, and I was like, what the hell is going on in that background? Like, do I keep going? Do I stay?
The
Because I was looking at
swinging
it like so long.
chandeliers.
I was like, what?
Yes, and the swinging
Oh, man.
and the swinging chandelier part though. That one right there was pretty wild too. When you see the
I gotta love
chandeliers
those
doing
Apache
this.
games.
Oh man. Huh?
Since we're in this
Sure.
awesome, one of the greatest eras of video games ever, the 16-bit era.
Mm.
But it comes down to the Genesis and the Super Nintendo.
Mm.
Which feature do you think was cooler? Blast processing, like Sonic the Hedgehog, or Mode 7?
Ooh.
Oh,
That's gonna be a
boy.
tough one, right?
Ah,
Mode
They're
7
both-
is very
damn.
good.
I mean, they
wonderful.
both have advantages and disadvantages. Okay,
Like
well,
apples and oranges.
can we talk about the disadvantages first off? All right.
Talk about the
So, okay,
disadvantages.
the disadvantages. Even though the Genesis added its blast processing, it came at a cost. The sound quality started to degrade. They actually were they actually were kind of pouring all the memory into the speed of the game console. I mean,
It was
even
noticeable in Street Fighter, the voices. and everything.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
Audio went down.
I noticed that.
Yeah, so they had to sacrifice something, one for the other. The Super NES, even though the speed did improve over time because they actually they improved the chips. The slowdown in most games were actually almost to a standstill. Well, one example, Gradius 3. There are some parts of the thing when there are more than three enemies on the screen. It slows down to a crawl.
Yeah.
R Type,
okay,
Super R Type is another game that actually did the same thing.
That happened with Super Castlevania 4
And
when there's so many enemies on the screen.
Exactly. It was just the Mode 7. And then of course, Konami once again broke the mold with Contra 3 The Alien Wars. Contra 3 The Alien Wars was one of the first games that actually somehow, some way, some kind of magic, there was like literally almost zero slowdown, but all the Mode 7 amazingness was actually there, especially in the first stage. And I think when you see the airplane kind of coming towards the screen and throw the missiles in there, and also the monsters that actually come from the background, and the Mode 7 parts and everything when you're on the top screen. Oh goodness gracious! You know what? I can go on and I can gush about it all day. So, you know what? Ooh, okay. So I would say a slight advantage to Super NES. Not much, but slight. Genesis, though, I would say, I mean, it still holds my heart because there are some very strong memories in the Genesis era, especially with the Sega CD. The Sega CD was also revolutionary, by the way. One of the first consoles that actually utilized CD-ROM technology, next to the TurboGrafx 16, which actually came in close second. The TurboGrafx 16 came out literally not even that much further than the Sega Genesis at the time. Super NES was there, Sega Genesis was there, TurboGrafx 16 kind of was actually starting to come out with Bonk's Adventure, Legendary Axe, Blazing Lasers, Splatterhouse,
So
Vigilante. All those games are literally almost arcade perfect. There were a lot. Listen to the chip technology, whatever they were doing. Their chip technology was much more advanced than the Sega Genesis at the time. Actually, I would say even more so
Yeah,
than the
I'd
Super
say so
NES.
too.
Even more so than the Super
Oh, yeah.
NES. But there are a couple of things. There are a couple of caveats too. When it,
I love Splatterhouse.
oh, Splatterhouse was
Their
amazing.
library wasn't as extensive.
No,
Yeah.
exactly. They didn't. Their
They
licensing
needed a
was
bigger library.
their licensing
They
was
did.
their licensing was atrocious. They really didn't have any licensing that really went out. I mean, they got Namco. You know, they got what was it Namco? They got oh my goodness, what is it?
They had Konami, but
Konami.
the problem with that is that they had the games from Konami didn't really was excuse me wasn't released in the states though, because if you remember they came out with Dracula X Under of Blood that only came out in Japan
Yeah, yeah.
only.
You see, that's the thing. That was a problem. You know,
That was a really great game.
yeah,
That was a really fantastic game. We didn't get to play that until like years later.
yeah, a lot of the consoles. I mean, especially for the from NEC, the company, Japan actually had the advantage. In Japan, it wasn't called the TurboGrafx 16. It was actually called like the Super
PC
Graphics.
engine.
Yeah, PC engine,
With the
and the
PC
Super
engine.
Graphics,
I
right?
just mentioned it. Yeah.
Right. So yeah. So it was more.
I think they had Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition also in Japan.
And Fighting Street was
Then
also
Street
another one.
Fighter 1.
Well, yeah, it was called Fighting Street.
over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Right. It was called Fighting Street,
Yeah.
yes. But there was Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition on the on the PC engine though, but they didn't bring that to the States.
Yep.
Also.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And people said that was actually a good
that
one.
here.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
they had the compilation. They had the compilation
That's the
that
one I was talking about, Dracula X Under of Blood.
wasn't it available for the for the PSP? Wasn't it not, or was it not the PSP?
No, it did come out of the PSP, like I mentioned earlier. Is that we had to wait years later for to bring that here to the States.
Yeah.
Because the only way, because during that time you had to import it. During that time.
Yeah.
But
I just saw.
but it was 2007 when they came out with it. What were you gonna say, Tony?
There's another Bonk type game that I never heard of, man.
Which one?
Airzone.
Airzone, yeah, Airzone. That there was
Bonk with a lightning bolt on his head.
Yeah, that game actually, believe it or not, was a launch title for the successor to the TurboGrafx 16. It was called the what was it called again? Oh my gosh, what was the name of the console? Oh my goodness. It was called the goodness gracious, what was it called?
I did like that Bonk game on the NES.
It wasn't called Super Graphics. It was called
something. I don't know if you guys played that one.
Oh, which one?
There was a Bonk game that came out on the NES. You know that?
Bonk one? Bonk?
Yeah, there was a game on the NES. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had a game on the NES. Look it up. There.
Yeah. Oh, they did have one. Yeah. You're right. Holy crap!
It looks pretty good.
Yeah. I remember reading it on my Game Pro issue though when I saw it, and I was like, oh, they gave it a good review too.
He looks like Caillou if he wasn't a punk.
Yeah, it is good though.
Yo, there's something we got to talk about too during this era. We got to give a shout to the box artists for these cartridges.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's some prime art that came out there.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And they also came out with the Turbo Graphic Express though. It was a handheld, but wasn't that thing like $300? And it took I think like 8 batteries.
That battery life was horrible in that thing. It was the battery life was horrible in that thing.
I was like, oh man, that thing's expensive.
That thing. You would spend hundreds of dollars on batteries alone, with just to power that thing, and you would hope against hope that the battery life will actually last when you go on a trip, because you better have some spares. You better have a lot of spare batteries.
Yeah.
But the good news, what was that?
How long did it last the Turbo Graphic Express though? Was it an hour?
Like an hour and a half. Like an hour and a half, 2 hours at most, because of
If you want one today, good luck, man. I see some of them selling for like $800, $900.
No, I saw one going for like almost
They're
a
collector's
grand.
editions now. They're collector's things.
I saw one going for a
Yeah.
grand. That's how much. See, this is the reason why when it comes to nostalgic game consoles, it's so difficult now because now they're actually putting this weird weird little
We were just talking about that on
quality
our
thing.
other episodes too.
Yes,
That
yes.
people are taking all these and they're putting out there because remember I showed you a video about the Beavis and Butthead talking tiger handheld game.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember.
So I was looking. I was saying to myself, you know what? Let me look on eBay and see how it is because the guy said that it's very rare now. So I said, okay, let me take a look at it. They were selling that thing for like $200 and $300.
So here we go. 6 AA batteries barely lasting 2 to 3 hours.
Wow.
2 to 3 hours.
That's like the old school
Oh,
Game Boy
more.
with the 8 batteries. It's the same same quality with the power at least.
Well, the Game Boy lasted pretty longer than that. To be fair.
Yeah, that's how I beat the Lost Stars with Super Mario.
Mm-hmm. And plus, it wasn't usually all that color because look at the Game Gear. The Game Gear had color. And also the Atari Lynx. Remember that one?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, listen, the Atari Lynx was actually advanced at its time. Even though the graphics weren't like the greatest, they weren't the greatest. But listen, if you wanted to play like a arcade, well, I can't say arcade perfect. It was actually more of an arcade style game. Like you played, what was it? Not RoboCop. It was called.
Don't tell me you're talking about Double Dragon.
No.
The problem I have with Double Dragon is because they put it up way too close.
Yes.
I'm like, why do you have to put it all the way up close to the character? Zoom out. Why are you zooming in?
Well, there's
That's my problem.
Yeah, but there's other games.
The one on the Lynx?
Yeah, the Lynx.
The one on the Lynx. Yeah, Double Dragon on Atari Lynx. So it's like they're zooming right in.
I like the Gauntlet. I like the Gauntlet game. The Gauntlet was great. Game was good.
Oh yeah.
You know,
wow, that is close.
Yeah, there's Arch Rivals was actually on there. There's a few other games on there too.
There was Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden.
Arcade,
yes.
And you want to know what's funny? They released a Ninja Gaiden 3, the NES version on Atari Lynx.
Yep, that's right.
Which was crazy.
Yep.
But they didn't release Ninja Gaiden 2.
Oh boy. Let's see. What else was there? I mean, oh yeah, the Turbo Duo. I was about to mention. The Turbo Duo actually launched with Air Zonk. No, it wasn't Air Zonk. It was a shooter. It was actually really Lords of Thunder. Oh yes, that's right. With that amazing freaking rock and roll soundtrack, that metal sound. That soundtrack was like legendary. So freaking amazing. If you ever wanted to rock out to an amazing soundtrack to a shooter, play Lords of Thunder. Play Lords of Thunder and love it. Crank up your treble to 11. It's so damn good. It really is.
You know how I am with video game soundtracks.
Oh my god! Yeah, listen. That's the soundtrack I've been trying to find. I've been trying to find that soundtrack, and I really want it. You know, it's just so good.
You should look it up on YouTube, and then you can just save the files.
That's true. Oh, don't give them credit. Don't somehow. Do that.
Hey, listen, I'm not telling you where the people to do it. I'm just saying that you can just save just save the links though, and there you go.
Use your own discretion. Let's just put it that way. Use your own discretion. But then again, when it comes to Lords of Thunder, it did come out for the Sega CD. So if you wanted to rip the soundtrack off of that, you can. Good luck trying to find it though.
There's ways to do it. So
yep, indeed.
Search it.
And then of course those games were influential. But then again, the Dreamcast, Sega Saturn, and the Dreamcast. Those games were like those game consoles really kind of said, "Ho, close enough." The Sega Saturn actually didn't really disappoint me too much because when it comes to 2D fighters, it was king.
Yes, they were way better.
Way better. Like for instance, Darkstalkers. If you played Darkstalkers, which one was it?
here's the funny thing. The PlayStation One, the PS One, excuse me, the PlayStation One had Darkstalkers One. It had the first Darkstalkers game. The Sega Saturn had Night Warriors,
Night
which was
Warriors.
Darkstalkers Two.
Yes, yes.
And Night Warriors on the Saturn was way better.
Right.
The graphics and the animation frames were all there.
Yep. Now wait. Oh, fun fact: the only way to get all the frames and all the animations if you use the same character. Only if you use the same character, then all the animations will actually be there. If you use different characters, some of the animations will actually get taken away. Because we actually did an experiment with that, I believe, one time, and we were playing. I think they were both playing with Victor, and Victor, when you actually use your kick and everything, you see how it like the electricity like goes up his leg and stuff like that.
Right.
You see the animation and stuff like that. But then when you play Victor against another character, not a mirror match, you don't see it anymore. You don't see the animation, so the animation is completely gone. So I guess it's because of memory restraints or something like that.
I'll tell you what the sad thing about since you mentioned about the Sega Saturn, it was a shame that they discontinued it very early in the States though, because I remember Darkstalkers 3 came out on the PlayStation 1, and of course they're gonna miss out on a lot of animation frames. But if you have the card, because my cousin had it, you know that 4G card. If you have Vampire Savior, which is the Japanese version of Darkstalkers 3, and you connect it with that, it plays so much better. The Saturn version of Darkstalkers 3 plays way better than the PS1 version. And unfortunately, that was only in Japan, and they never brought it here in the States, though. The same thing with X-Men versus Street Fighter and Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. They never brought those here to the States. They only brought the PS1 versions, the crappy versions, with no tag team mode, if you remember that.
Wow. So
I thought you froze for a moment. I was like, wait a minute.
No, not at all. Because I'm actually listening.
No, I was talking about Toronto. He kind of like froze for a
No. I was actually listening. But anyway, so actually fast forwarding to today, there was a lot of amazing features that we see from back the past to the present that really influence a lot of things. The Dreamcast introducing online play, like you mentioned before, Johnny, actually blew my mind. It didn't really take off as quickly as we would hoped, but it did at towards the latter half of its life. They really pushed SegaNet and made a lot of online games become a reality. So that was actually cool. And it's sad that the Dreamcast didn't really be able to stretch its wings. I mean, they could have done so much. There's so much potential that the console had. With a great library of games, being able to play games online with folks. But of course, the reins had to go to the Xbox, the OG Xbox. The Xbox actually really did revolutionize a lot of things. Number one, Ethernet. Ethernet was not really a major thing, but it pushed it. It did push it. It pushed it into the future. A lot of cable companies were slowly transitioning, and they somehow Xbox got ahead of it, and they said, "Oh, you need an Ethernet cable to be able to play online with the games." And because landlines were still a thing, and you know how slow it is and everything. One phone call away from getting disconnected. But yeah, but Ethernet cables really did revolutionize how the information highway sped up, and I believe certain companies actually took advantage of it. I believe it wasn't Verizon. I think it might have been Verizon was the first one that took advantage of Ethernet. And then other companies kind of followed suit, like AT&T tried to get involved before they actually kind of dissolved and went into more of a uh, phones and stuff like that. And a few other companies like Cablevision, they were slowly transitioning, and then I think what was it, another company kind of jumped in and they took over. Um, so yeah, Xbox, they embraced it, and voice chat was a thing, became a thing. No one could, like on the I believe on Dreamcast, you could play online, but you really couldn't talk to anybody, which actually was the thing. It was crazy, but Xbox allowed you to talk to your friends, get gamer tags. You can actually be able to have your own gamer tag, and carries over to all the games. You don't have to change your name. Um, what else? Hard drive
They'll
built
have the
in.
same one.
Yeah,
It's Xbox, the original Xbox, same gamer tag.
yeah.
It's never changed.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right? Um, internal hard drive. That was revolutionary.
Yeah, buddy.
Holy
Yeah.
cow! That's another thing
Yeah.
that really influenced a lot of things.
That's how it got more power than the PlayStation 2.
You know what's kind of crazy too? That I thought there was unlimited memory because I had a lot of game saves on my thing. I had a lot of game
Me
saves
too.
on my hard drive, and it still said 50,000 plus or something like that. It was wild, some weird, a wild number. I was like, is this?
Oh yeah.
And we was like, wait a minute, is the memory going down or what? I mean, what's going on? I had music. You can rip your music, own music. You can rip your own music
that
and
was
play
the
your
best
games.
Part. That was one of the best things I loved about the original Xbox. Ripping music
Holy-
out,
playing
listen to your own music,
playing
just
Grand
support
Theft Auto. Yeah, playing Grand Theft Auto and playing your own music while you're actually driving, around and everything and doing your thing.
I remember I used to play True Crime Streets of LA with my own music though. That was amazing.
Or the racing games, even the racing games like Project Gotham
Yeah.
Racing.
Sega GT, I was
Yes.
playing with my own music.
Holy cow!
Yep.
You can play any type of music you want, anything, whatever style you want, and the music will play while you're actually playing other games too, which is pretty wild.
Of
So
course.
amazing, you know. So I mean, it was, and what was it? What was another thing that was revolutionized? That was it. But I would say the PlayStation 2. Also, I know I skipped over to the Xbox, but the PlayStation 2 did introduce memory cards. Memory cards were actually a thing.
Wait a minute. No, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
even the PlayStation 1.
No, PlayStation 1.
Oh, sorry, PlayStation. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
PlayStation
yeah.
1. I'm sorry, not PlayStation 2.
I was about to say.
Yeah, PlayStation 1. Sorry, PlayStation 1 had revolutionized things with actually memory cards. Memory cards were never a thing, but these little cards you could be able to carry over, bring over to your friend's house. I think you can only have like how many blocks? Like it was like 12 blocks or something like that of
I think it
memory.
was like 12 or 16
Yeah, it was really
blocks.
slow.
Something like that. Yeah, like 16 blocks. Yeah, you see how quickly.
It's either you have to get a new card or just delete the game. Delete the game
Dude,
that you're not playing.
I forgot how many memory cards we actually had. It was like a lot. We had a lot of memory cards. But let's just put it this way: Sony made a lot of money off of people and getting memory cards.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow! There's so many memory cards. Holy
sure
cow!
did.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. And speaking of memory cards, nobody did it better than the Dreamcast with the VMU.
Oh yes, the
I
VMUs.
raised my chow on that thing.
Yes.
Yes.
So
I
good.
my little chow.
And the mini games.
And Zombies Revenge. I got to play a fishing
Oh, the
zombies.
Tamagotchi?
Yes.
You can
Tamagotchi.
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 You raise your own zombie.
Oh.
They had that, but you got to play as zombie fishing. You have to fish for zombies.
Yeah, that's
Oh man, I love those games. Power Stone has some mini games.
Yes,
on
the
there as
shooting
well,
game.
too.
It was a
That's
shooting
right.
game on there. Yes, absolutely. Holy cow.
Oh,
Uh, this
I love that. That to me, that was the best memory card unit ever.
expensive, but still freaking awesome. And there were different colors and everything like that. It was, of course, it was worth it. It was, those things would actually pay for itself. It was so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, and of course the PlayStation 2, and I know people still argue with me how the numbers got so inflated. Listen, they were the first one to introduce DVD players on a console. It was the fact. It's fact. I don't care who argues with me. They can argue with me till their face turns blue. It's the truth. The DVD player, it was the first console to introduce a DVD player, cheapest by the way, DVD player in the market. You can play games and watch movies. So you can go over to any local Best Buy or GameStop or whatever, EB Games, whatever you want to go, and you pick up the PlayStation 2, guaranteed you can walk out with a couple of games and a few movies, and you would have a great time. That's just how this is how it is. And besides, their beginning library kind of sucked. Let's just put it this way: there were a couple of games that were good, but other games that sucked. Fan Division, not it, bro. I'm sorry. Fan Division was.
Tag tournament was great though.
Oh yeah, Tekken. No,
Tekken Tag Tournament was
Tek,
phenomenal.
yeah, Tekken Tag Tournament was absolutely amazing, but
It was way better than the arcade version.
way.
I played. That was another one I was up till like 4 a.m. playing.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't blame you.
At that point too, I was driving too, so I was going to my buddy's house. We were like playing till like 2, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Might as well sleep over.
Indeed.
Yeah. Oh no, I'd still go home, but man, we were up late, yo.
Yeah.
My
I
God.
don't like sleeping in other people's houses.
Yeah.
As well, it depends if like it's too far, but it depends on the situation though. But yeah, but there was times when I had people over because I was the first person in town to have Marvel's Capcom 2 on the Dreamcast because I had the Japanese version.
That's
and
right.
I had nights where people they were coming over Saturdays and they didn't leave my house until like 2 or 3 in the morning. Luckily, those guys they lived in town though, so they were able to walk to their houses.
Listen,
so
I would say the Sega Dreamcast was at its peak around that time. Street Fighter Alpha 3, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, a few other arcade games Fatal Fury, Mark of the Wolves, King of Fighters.
Off too early too. Big as a bad.
Way too early.
Yep.
If you watch that documentary from G4, it's called G4 Icons. The person that said that if the Dreamcast would have had a DVD player, it would have lasted longer, and I agree.
Oh yeah. It would have ran neck and neck with the PS2.
I was
working at GameStop when that came out, the Dreamcast. And yeah, back then I was like, yo, it's why are they cutting it off? It could easily compete with PS2 still.
Yeah. Would have had that DVD player? No doubt about it. I think it would have lasted a couple more years.
Sure. I had a lot of people, come to me and argue with me in the face and they say, "Oh, but the PlayStation 2 had amazing games." Dude, the amazing games didn't come out until almost a year and a half later, dude. It really didn't. Tekken Tag Tournament was like literally the only game that actually drew people to the console. Besides that other game, I mean, listen.
That was Street Fighter 2. That was a good to the PS2.
Yes.
Just like Street Fighter 2 with the SNES.
Yes.
That was a big selling point.
Holy cow! So.
I mean, they have Street Fighter EX3, but let's face it, the EX series wasn't that popular.
No, it wasn't.
No, they're horrible.
No.
I wanted to like them, but I they were unplayable for me.
Listen, I like Skull and Bones, but the EX series, I mean,
it's an acquired taste.
People to this day still wants it. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste. Really, when you play. Okay, comparisons to the PlayStation 2 era to the PlayStation 1 era. The PlayStation 1 era actually had one of the largest libraries in the world. Compared to the NES, it did. It just, I mean, they had licenses all up the wazoo. Rival schools, for some odd reason, skipped the PlayStation 2 and went to the Dreamcast with the new with the sequel Project Justice. Yeah,
yes.
And of course, many other games that came out later, like like Power
Stone
Stone,
2 was
Power
on
Stone.
Dreamcast.
Yes.
Was on Dreamcast.
Yep,
Yeah.
Power Stone. You know, because Capcom was giving second Dreamcast love, man. Oh my God.
Absolutely, they were.
There was a lot of games. There's a lot of great games. There was liking games that were not capable, like House of
They had Cannon Spike on the Dreamcast.
Cannon Spike. Yes,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yo, remember the Spawn game on Dreamcast?
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy crap,
Oh,
dude!
that
That
was
came out in the
great.
arcade.
That was a badass game.
That came
man.
out-
I used to love playing that game in arcades.
It came
And
out
when
in the
it came out with
arcade.
the whole
It came
console,
home console.
man.
Yes. And listen,
That was awesome.
another game that actually was a lot.
Heavy Battle Geo Matrix.
That's what I was about to say. Yes. Oh, you just stole that from me.
I
Yes.
had that game.
Oh, that game was so badass. That game was
man.
so bad. The soundtrack was amazing too.
The soundtrack was awesome.
Oh my
Heavy
gosh.
Metal was awesome.
So damn
One
good.
of my friends had the magazines of Heavy Metal.
Yes.
And then I also watched the two
I
movies.
love that game.
You know?
It was the same as the Spawn one. That's why. But I liked Heavy Metal one that more.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's just
It had
put
more features and more stuff.
let's just put it to you this way. Let's just put it to you this way, players. Listen, we are Sega stands. We always will be. And besides, the Dreamcast and everything still is the greatest console on earth. Case closed. So anyway, moving along. Yes. Okay. So, but like I said, you know, they need to bring it back. But then again, I'm hearing that what's it called? What's it called? The CEO, the new CEO of Sega, said that he's actually going to be going back to that era where Sega was all about being badass. And trust me, I'm all for it. If they do it and they bring back, yeah, if they no, I don't think so.
They won for sure.
I don't think they are, but I welcome it though. If they do a Dreamcast 2, let's just say theoretically, let's just throw it into the ether, okay?
I will buy that tomorrow.
Yes.
I'll buy it tomorrow.
With a Sega Dreamcast with new features, into the modern day, okay? A console that actually has a vast library of Sega games from past to present, available through their own online store on day one, right? With amazing controllers like they know they do, with some badass games, introducing a new Virtual Fighter that's actually coming out that's going to be available to play on the console day one, and on top of that, how about let's throw a little bonus in there. Let's just say they bring out the new Jet Set Radio and all those other great games, onto the console, and new Streets of Rage and all that stuff, and you be able to play those games, kind of day one on the console with the introduction of, get this, Outrun 3 with online gameplay. Can I get a hallelujah? I would be there. I would be there with bells on. Or better yet, bring me a new Panzer Dragoon. Give me that.
Hey, we got a new Golden Axe though, so that's the start.
That's true. But give me a new Panzer Dragoon. Give me a new Panzer, dude. Do you know how many people would flock to the console if we get a new Panzer Dragoon series? Or better yet, even a reboot or a remaster or something.
Kid. Bring back Alex Kidd and Opa too.
Oh well, that too.
I need my old school characters back.
That's true. That's true.
I would still play a next gen game of them.
You just mentioned Kid Chameleon. I just saw something that Sega actually just recently trademarked the Kid Chameleon. So that's a sign that they might bring it back.
Oh, that's right.
And they also trademarked the Ultra Beast as well.
Yo, Kid Chameleon's kind of like Sega's Mega Man, if you think about it.
That is true. That is true. That's true. With
that is true.
Being able to change into different characters just by changing their helmet and actually do. So you have samurai mode, you can turn into a tank mode.
I noticed the Kid Chameleon commercial when the kid goes upstairs and he starts playing the game. Did you notice that there wasn't a cartridge in the Genesis?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was laughing my behind.
Still make fun of that commercial today.
Bro, holy cow! How do you miss that? How do you miss
it's like,
that?
Rumble in the Bronx when the kid was playing the Game Gear. It wasn't a cartridge.
Oh
God, yeah.
That's wild.
These people look.
I don't think they do.
No, they don't care.
Of course. Well, look at Surf Ninjas. Surf Ninjas. The kid had a game in his Game Gear.
Yo, and
Oh
Sega
my-
made those actual like things for the screen for the shots. That was actual
Yeah.
gameplay. That's nuts.
Yeah, they had a game of Surf Ninjas on the Game Gear.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man.
Yep. Oh man.
I learned that in Game Pro. I think it was Game Pro.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Sega made actual like graphics and scenes for that work in that
Exactly.
cartridge, just for those
Also,
screenshots.
Exactly. Also, that plus to the chat. If you never seen Surf Ninjas, it's on Tubi. Give it a watch.
It's a fun movie. You want to have some fun? Check it out.
Exactly. Shout out to Ernie Reyes Jr., Rob Schneider, and the late Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
That's right. Leslie Nielsen was in it.
He was the villain.
Yeah, he was. What a silly movie.
Now I want to see it after we finish this podcast. I'm turning it on after this.
Yeah.
This is for you. Oh man, Rob Schneider was hilarious. I mean, people can you believe? I don't know how old he was at the time, but he was like a teenager. But he was older. He was quite old to be.
In Surf Ninjas, he can't be a teenager.
Oh, that.
No, but he was. Yeah, he was a high school student.
In Surf Ninjas.
Yes.
The character or the real guy?
Check that out.
Oh, God.
He's like, no, there's no.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
There's no. He's playing the cops with no cartridge.
He's laughing from the house. Uncle Bill knows, that's why he's laughing.
Wow, dude, there's a lot. Oh my God. He's like, wow.
The director had no clue.
The new definition of vaporware.
At least put a game in there.
Oh.
Good Lord. Yeah, but Tony, if you can look that up, I mean, Rob Schneider, I mean, I don't know how
He
old
was
he was
29
at
in
the time.
Surf Ninjas, dude.
Oh,
Dude,
wow.
he played a high school student. He played as Ernie.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
Yeah,
Oh,
what's her name? Kelly Hu was in the film too.
That's right.
wow. That's crazy, man. So, but anyways, like I said, when it comes to video games has come a long way. And what I try to let people understand, I said, listen, all the stuff that you're playing right now will not exist, or better yet, will never exist without the influence of these old school games. Which is actually the reason why I tell everyone, listen, get cultured, know about your past and everything, because that's going to be, it's going to influence the future. So everything that you're playing right now is going to influence the future. And you future generations are going to look back and say, wow, you played like this? Yeah, we did. But trust me, you would not be able to play anything that's in your console or on the PC without the influence of us players playing, enjoying, sharing, and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So going down the list, and thing we already did like a whole entire spiel of what the games actually showed and what they actually influenced. I want to go break down each and every console and what the major influence actually is, and what it introduced. So we're gonna start from the top. So this is actually like the foundations of modern control. Between 1977 and 1996, the Atari 2600, which, like I mentioned before, featured cartridge-based games. Cartridge-based games was not a thing. Everything was like bleeps and bloops and stuff like that, and big circuit boards and all that stuff. But but cartridges were unheard of. That was a big deal. Obviously the influences of I believe the founder of Atari came up with an idea saying, why not make games swappable, so you could be able to play more games? Because remember, they played Pong. You know what Pong was? Pong was like a big, gigantic controller with two paddles, and that was it. That was the only game on there. As a matter of fact, I think there was like 2 or 3 different versions of Pong, hitting a paddleboard back and forth. That's it. That's your game. Boring. Atari actually introduced so you'd be able to play different games, new games, smaller cartridges. Pretty darn wild. Because also the controller was a single button joystick, the earliest form of directional control. So if you remember, the button was actually on your left side, and you were controlling with your right. Wild how things have changed over the years, where now you can be able to control with your left and actually use the buttons on your right, and vice versa if you're lefty.
Right.
Kind of weird though, right? If you think about it, because I mean, I remember when I was playing those games, it felt more natural to me to use to play like this. You know, I was playing with my controller.
Even in the arcades, the button was on the right side of the joystick.
Oh
For the
well,
most part.
for the most part,
Yeah.
yeah. But
So it wasn't as strange, but like it worked. It was comfy, you know?
yeah, very very influential, but kind of strange. But I don't know for some strange reason, it just felt natural to me until they
Yeah, it
changed
worked
it.
great for the time. It worked
Yeah,
great for what it was.
It did. I was playing Pac-Man with ease, just like this, playing with the controller.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's so.
So, Super NES actually introduced the D-pad, directional pad, and why it matters. Standardized, precise 2D movement still used in modern controllers. So they introduced the D-pad, which is kind of wild. Rectangular pad, A, B, and a D-pad. Simple but revolutionary. Then, of course, the Super NES, they actually introduced shoulder buttons. So that was like one of the first controllers that actually introduced 6 buttons. Which is the reason why Super Nintendo actually was the first one to have Street Fighter 2. So you could be able to play. And, okay, don't get me wrong. Some people were like, oh, this is kind of difficult. Not for me. Because it actually kind of felt kind of natural, you know. I mean, a lot of people you could swap the control, you could swap the actions of the buttons on the menu. So if you're more used to, like, as I say, you have certain characters that you're very very good at, and your medium punch and your forward kick, you know, are pretty much your meat and potatoes. You could actually have that swapped it out, put the heavier buttons on the regular controllers and put the lighter buttons on the top. Some people do that, you know, like Zangief. They actually kind of swap it out and everything, where you have your medium punch and everything to be able to do like a nice overhead, and then you swap it out. It was cool. I thought it was revolutionary. So first 6-button controller. Um, Ergonomic design, 4 face buttons, 2 shoulder buttons. Add depth to gameplay control. Obviously, but controlling the screen, like in games like Contra 3, changing the views, all that stuff is pretty wild. Sony PlayStation. They've introduced the CD-ROM format and memory cards, like we mentioned before. Expanded game size, save progress, and of course, a leap in game complexity. So, you know, bigger games, bigger memory, being able to, you know, take your memory cards anywhere, go to your friend's house. Oh, I got to this freaking stage, blah 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 blah, and I gotta show you. You know, or better yet, Final Fantasy VII really took the cake. I mean, listen, Final Fantasy VII really made PlayStation take off. I don't care what anybody says, it did. It was like most influential game ever. Yeah, that kind of blindsided Nintendo, because the Nintendo 64 was going to be coming out soon, and they said, "Oh yeah, we got this new Final Fantasy game that's coming out," and they even showed a concept on their console with the graphics and everything, but there was a black screen in the background. You remember in the magazines?
I remember that.
Yep, and it's gone.
Yep.
Yeah, Sony snatched that bad boy up and said, "Nope."
Oh yeah.
So, you know what?
Got it now.
Yep.
Yeah, Nintendo dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, you know, they do it, number one, because of CD-ROMs. The CD-ROM memory is much larger, and it's cheaper. It was cheaper
Right.
cheaper to manufacture, cheaper to
They don't want to
reproduce.
stick with cartridges.
Yep. And, oh, the cost of the cartridges were crazy. It was like
Yeah.
something like I don't say it was like astronomical number, but it was actually pretty much up there. We're talking about $10, $15, $20 a cartridge, and think about manufacturing those.
Compared to like Mortal Kombat Mythologist, Sub Zero to the N64 to the PlayStation.
Oh
the
yeah.
PlayStation version had FMV full motion videos. The N64 version only had screenshots and text during the
I remember
So
that. Oh gosh, that was embarrassing. That was
so
embarrassing.
of course people were gonna pick the CD-ROMs over that.
Yep.
Yep.
Controller that was introduced. They introduced the DualShock in 1997. That means think about this, and I tell people this too. The PlayStation 1 did not have dual analog. It did not have the DualShock did not exist. There was no rumble in the controller.
Yeah.
It didn't exist. So all that stuff was actually way later. 1997. I think the console came out what? 1995? 95? 94, I'm sorry, 94. And
Right.
and and the analog sticks didn't was not introduced until later. And the vibration feedback, all that stuff. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when the PlayStation 3 was introduced, they actually took the rumble out of the controllers again, which doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, make it make sense. I have no idea why they took it out. There was no rumble in the controllers. Why? Save money, I guess. I don't know. It was weird. Segment 2. We're talking about immersion and innovation. Sega Dreamcast. We already talked about the built-in modem for online gameplay and why it matters. It was the first console to support online multiplayer connectivity and the controller's VMU. So
Yep.
yeah, that VM. You know what? I want to go further into the VMU because I know we actually kind of touched base on it. The VMU was so revolutionary in a lot of senses. Number one, for sports games.
Oh yeah.
In sports games, can I want to go further deeper into that because when you're playing games like NFL, was it NFL 2K? 2K it was.
Yeah.
2K.
The NFL 2K.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Imagine you don't have the plays on the screen. No one can see what you're going to be doing next. It's all on your VMU. So it's almost like playing a real game. You can strategize, and they can't counter what kind of choices you actually have. They can't see nothing. You just playing, and you're blindsiding everything with a nickel play or a dime play, whatever. Come on, man. That's so awesome.
That was so. Oh, that was such rich.
Yes.
Oh man,
playing
the way they came up with that.
Yep, playing Soul Calibur and seeing your little character on there doing little moves and stuff like that. Seeing seeing your energy bar when you're actually playing games like Resident Evil, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember I have Resident Evil 2 on the Dreamcast, and it shows your life.
It shows you.
Fine,
yes.
Or your danger.
Yes.
Yes.
That's revolutionary. That is wild.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm surprised that nobody's emulated or actually improved that. They took it away. It's like they go one step forward and they go 5 steps back, which I don't understand. I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't expand on that. They should have.
Oh, it was a shame that they didn't do that. I remember Gauntlet Legends though. Like there were so many characters in that game, and you got to see your character's face animation.
Yes.
Whatever character it was that you play as, you got to see their face animation on your VMU.
Yep.
Oh, that was so nice.
That's so awesome, man.
Oh man, I miss that. I miss seeing that.
Man, and then of course the PlayStation 2 it actually introduced DVD playback and backwards compatibility. I forgot to mention that. Backwards compatibility. Okay. Yes. Yes, and hell yes. The PlayStation 2, when we first introduced it, I actually got it, and I remember I had a library of PlayStation 1 games. I was like, damn, how am I gonna be able to play these games? Pick up the game like Diablo 1, pop it into the PlayStation 2, and play it. Oh, what? And there's like slight improvements too when you play it. I think the graphics kind of get it's a little bit better, not much. But you can play a lot. There's only a few games I think had issues, but a lot of games was smooth like butter. And I'm like, damn, you could play your whole entire back catalog of games and not have to get rid of them. Revolutionary, revolutionary. I'll go further into backwards compatibility with other consoles, and I'm going to say why they treated it like an afterthought and not a actual feature. But I'll get into that. Xbox, Xbox, the OG Xbox, 2001. The feature that was introduced was the internal hard drive in Xbox Live. We already established that. Why it matters? Because saved games without memory cards, so you don't have to buy any memory cards, and introduce robust online gaming. The controller, I don't know why people find it revolutionary, but some people said playing Halo 1 with this gigantic Duke controller, it's gigantic.
I had no problem with it.
It's giganto.
It's gigantic, but you know what? It was a good thing they came out with the S controllers. The S controllers was a much improvement.
Hold on a second. I wanna hold on a second. I wanna show folks exactly what I'm talking about. Hold on a second. I wanna show you. I got.
It's like holding. It feels like holding a sandwich.
It's basically no. That's a double decker sandwich. No, it's not even. It's not even that. Hold on a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's like a burger, man.
I know. It was very uncomfortable playing with that, to be honest. But yeah, you think they used it for a bunch of
Yeah, you put it pretty quick.
Yeah.
All right. All right, folks. Okay. This. If you can see it, yes. The controller, the Xbox controller. See that right there? Oh, I got something.
No, mine was wired.
It's it's wired. Mine's wired too. Mine's wired too. Hold on a second.
Oh, I couldn't see it.
So
the wire we couldn't see because of the background.
Yeah. So check this out. See, this right here is the wired controller right there. Look at that.
Look at that monstrosity.
See that? See this thing?
Good Lord.
Huge, gigantic.
And look, the white and the black buttons are on the side of the buttons though. While the S control, they put those buttons.
These right here. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the way they're they're so economic. I mean, the way that they're positioned are so awkward. It's not even the same. And the way the X and Y and the B and A is positioned, it was kind of weird. But then again, some people said. Some people said.
Oh, well, props to you for doing that.
Some people said, but the thing is that some people said that that the controller was actually still very comfortable. They said they did. They actually said the controller was very comfortable playing Halo. No, we're talking about Halo, OG Halo, and Halo 2. And they said, they were kicking ass with the controller. And you know what? I mean, I was too. Yeah, because it was the only controller at the time. But they actually finally. Yeah, that controller was actually available in Japan first, and then they actually brought it to the States. So thank God for the S controller, and now it's the standard.
Yeah.
So, but that's pretty cool. Nintendo Wii. Here's a console we didn't really talk about much. The 2006, the Nintendo Wii actually introduced motion controls, and actually pretty damn good. Actually pretty damn good, motion controls, to be honest with you. I was kind of shocked of how precise it actually is. Because I mean, the way that you put the sensors up, it actually picks it up so damn good. Playing games like Wii Sports, playing certain shooters,
Wii
whatever.
Punch Out was my
Punch
jam.
Out, oh
Wii
god,
Oh,
Punch
I
Out,
love
baby.
so
I love that
good,
game. Oh man.
so good, and the range of games. The reason why it did so well.
The shooting games too, especially the rail shooting games.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Resident Evil Chronicles.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes. And I would
Love those games.
I would say that the Nintendo Wii actually gained a lot of traction because a lot of older folks were gravitated towards it. Older folks bought the Wii because of just for that feature, because it was more of a family oriented. They really struck gold with this console, and Nintendo it was a gold mine. It was an endless gold mine. And for some strange, odd reason, they kind of dropped the ball with the Nintendo Wii U. We can talk about that console another time. But they really dropped the ball. I don't know what they were thinking, and some people thought, "Oh, look, you got yourself a portable control." No, nope, it's not portable. It's not a portable. It's latched onto the console still. You can't go that far with it. You can't go into your bedroom with it unless you have very, very good connection. It just kind of completely like desyncs itself. Like if you go any further. So that's how bad it is. But the Nintendo Wii, the first one, they should have actually expanded on it, and they did with the Switch. And we'll go further into that in the thing in a second. Um, but why does it matter? It changed how players physically interacted with games. The Wii remote, motion sensing, IR pointing, and speaker for tactical feedback. That's right. There's actually a speaker on the Wii controller also. So it actually does, the precision and the talking and stuff like that is pretty wild too. So, wow, I mean, but yeah, the Wii U was a major misstep. Um, okay, let's talk about precision, feedback, and connectivity. Um, this is where now we're getting closer to the modern age, because the PlayStation 4 came out in 2013, which wasn't too long ago. We're talking about almost like a decade ago, right? We have what they introduced was a share button and a touchpad. Okay, the touchpad was good when it comes to certain navigational games and stuff like that, but not a lot of games really utilize that touchpad. There's a few games that actually threw the feature in, but it wasn't for it wasn't like a broad spectrum of games. I mean, when you played on the PlayStation 4, did anybody use that touchpad for anything? I mean, I remember when I remember
just access to the menus and that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else, right? Not much else. I mean, it's a small feature, but the thing is that not every other company really used it. So I wouldn't consider that revolutionary. I mean, but then again, it is something new, and they could have actually. I think Nintendo did it better. Let's just put it that way. And also social integration was actually a big thing on the PlayStation 4. I would say that Xbox was the first to actually introduce social integration. PlayStation kind of took the reins on that and integrated it into their console's features. And we can go into the Xbox One thing, but yeah, the Xbox One could have really kind of dropped the ball on that too. The Xbox.
Like Xbox done.
Yeah, well, that. Wow. You actually went there. You went there.
Cringe at least once a show.
Oh my gosh! Holy cow! Oh jeez.
I mean, what's going on with Xbox right now? Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah, to be honest, I've been thinking about scrapping it and getting a PS5.
Yeah, well, see, that's the
Or
thing.
just staying on the PC, that's it.
That's the thing. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
right now,
It's sad, man.
right.
I love it.
No, it
It's
really
funny.
is bad. You know, I mean, when do you think I'm going to be starting to get games now for the PS5 and the Switch now because of what's going on? Once they stop putting physical games for the Xbox, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go move on to another system then.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
going to shell out another $600. I'm just going to stay PC Master Race.
yeah, you know
I can
what?
play everything now.
I would say,
Nothing stopped me from playing
There
anything.
you go.
I would say right now, since since PC and Steam has really started to pick up momentum, and think about it,
I love it.
mean, the Steam is like the ultimate gaming ecosystem. It is. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, hands down. They struck gold. They have great deals almost every single week. You get great games for dirt
Like
cheap.
daily, man.
For dirt cheap, and most of the games actually work for the systems that you already have. That means you don't really have to go out and buy yourself a new graphics card or anything like that. I mean, basically, the graphics card are actually starting to become wider and wider in the thing in power, and they're not even none of the games are actually even using that power yet. So so right now you still have an opportunity. You have like literally a 5 year, 7 year, 10 year gap to actually even upgrade before you even decide to. And you can actually get games to actually run at a decent clip, 60 to 120 frames per second. With some slight touch ups and everything with the graphic fidelity and all that stuff. And you can adjust it too if you actually start to get a little savvy with it. Then you can go to the options menu and everything and take a couple features off. You don't need to have full anti-aliasing. You don't have to have the integration or the interpolation or something like that. You don't need any of that stuff. If you want to play the game, the way it was meant to be played, and you actually want all the bells and whistles, hey, listen, go on, Haas, you can do that. But you don't necessarily have to. You can play the game in a decent clip, in a decent way, and enjoy the story for what it is. Guys,
Right.
it ain't a big deal, you know? So I try to tell people, say, listen, you know what? Consoles and everything have a ceiling. All consoles have a ceiling. If you don't want to do console anymore, hey, listen, consoles are not going to go anywhere yet. They're still going to be around, but the PC, it's accessible. It's there. Everybody has a PC. You can actually go on there. You can sign up for Steam. It's free, and the games store is accessible. You go into the store, you buy the game, you enjoy the game, and whatever. And it's forever in your library. You will never lose it. It won't go anywhere. You'll have it. Trust me. Even when the game shuts down, which is unfortunate, some games do. You still kind of have access to it. Which is kind of weird. But hey, yeah, exactly. And besides, people actually put up mods all the time. You can do mods. That's another thing. You can do mods. Do that on a console. Can you do that on a console? Not really. Without going through legal implications and everything. But hey, PC mod communities, you can add whatever you want in the game. Dude, I see costumes in freaking Tekken games that are not even available.
Yeah, I've seen those in Street Fighter as well.
Yes.
There's a great mod for GTA where you get to play as the cops.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Holy
It's
cow.
It's pretty fun.
Wow.
Yeah,
You can arrest them like in True Crime.
Yeah.
Remember True Crime when you can arrest people?
Yeah.
Streets of LA and New
Dark-
York? They get a mode in GTA on PC. You can do that because it's thanks to the mods.
Yeah, nice.
So
I remember the Narc remake. You can arrest people as well.
Yeah, I remember that Narc. That Narc didn't really do too well though. It was actually, people.
But that game has some funny moments.
It did have some funny moments though. Yeah.
Listen, rest in peace to Michael Manson, who did the voice of Jack.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. God, rest his peace.
Yeah.
Woo. Okay. Xbox One. Xbox done. Okay. Whatever. Impulse triggers was actually impulse triggers were actually a big feature because the impulse triggers were the rumble features on the triggers, so you could actually feel the impact of the gravel on the ground or shots when you're shooting and all that stuff. It was it was revolutionary at the time. You know, when you played Titanfall, great game by the way.
I love Titanfall.
It's
I think
unfortunate.
people still playing it.
People still playing, yeah. They're still playing the first
Oh
one.
yeah.
The servers are still
I'm
up.
jumping back in.
The servers are still.
I heard
So much fun.
Dude, the servers are still up.
The Titanfall 2 services, I heard it got jacked up.
Yeah, they did. Wait,
No, first person parkour and shooting and then jumping into mechs.
yes.
Dude, you can rip people out of the mech.
Yes.
You can rip them out of their mech.
Yes. And
It's
you can destroy mechs on foot, and you can actually be a mech and actually rip people out of their vehicles and all that stuff.
Amazing.
It's and you know what's even better? You can actually kill cannon fodder and not feel like it's repetitive. So you can shoot NPCs and on top of that the regular pilots and actually not skip a beat. It's so awesome. I love Titanfall. Amazing game. You know, and people still playing it to this day. They're still. I mean, even after they finish
Count me in, man. I want to play it.
After you,
I have as much fun as that as I did in Left 4 Dead.
Oh my God, Left 4 Dead. And
Left 4
people
Dead
still
and Gears,
playing that too.
Playing those as a
Left 4 Dead 2 servers are still up, and people are still playing Left 4 Dead 2.
Dude, people still playing Left 4 Dead 2 more than Back 4 Blood.
Yes, because that's a poor version. That's a poor man's version of Left 4 Dead. Let's just put it that way.
Exactly.
Back 4 Blood was horrible. Back 4 Blood was
No, it's not.
It was horrible.
No, I don't think so.
I don't like it. Back 4 Blood it's horrible. It's a horrible. I mean, they
like people were playing it. Like I think a lot of people were playing it the first couple of weeks, and then they just dropped it.
Yeah. So we're starting to run out of time, but I'm gonna get further in there. I know. We can go on and on without this. Nintendo Switch, obviously everyone knows. Hybrid portability. You can be able to dock the console and continue off playing whatever game you're playing on a bus. Pretty damn wild. Also the seamless transition between
Switch 2, yeah.
Well, here's okay. I mean, I can go ham on this Nintendo Switch 2 and the thing about what they're doing wrong, but I won't.
Yeah.
I won't. You know why? Because it will take all day. It'll be another episode. The PlayStation 5 introduced adaptive triggers and advanced haptics. They improved the impulse triggers of the Xbox. Let's just put it that way. So why does it matter? Stimulates tension and texture, enhancing immersion. If you felt it in your hands, you know. If you know, you know. The dual sense was the leap forward in tactical feedback and sensory design. Now, look, once again, I feel like people are starting to become complacent about games consoles in the past and what they actually brought to the forefront, which is the reason why corporations, yes, I'm calling you guys out, are starting to become complacent about what got them there. Why are they there in the first place? How did they get there in the first place? Why? It's because of you, the players, and also what you have played in the past. Everyone realizes and everything that if you forget about your past, you will never see a better future. That's just the way it is. Which is the reason why I feel backwards compatibility is very important. Knowing about games in the past is very important. Knowing what games influenced each other is very important as well. Know about the games that you play.
Fun.
Yeah, and they're fun. Yeah, exactly. Games are
that's the main reason you gotta play.
Yes, they're all about fun. It's all about fun, and it's also cool to learn about them too. Because music was great, graphics are great. Learning about the music, composing and stuff like that. That's pretty wild too. Because it's interesting, it's fun, it's educational, and trust me, I guarantee you will appreciate it more because the devs matter. They do. The people behind the games matter. And that's the reason why I love this industry so much. And I want all of you players to help preserve it. But if you want to preserve this channel, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Listen, we are like literally almost there to 100 subscribers. We are so close. Come on, guys. Listen, hit that like and subscribe button. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your dog, tell your cats. I don't care. Listen, I want you guys to help us hit that mark. And we are going to do a special giveaway. We are going to hold on to our campaign promises and everything, unlike some others. And we will not mention names on here because we don't hit politics. But any final words from you guys at all? Nothing. Any words of wisdom or something that you want to get off your mind or anything like that? Nothing.
No, but
are you kidding me?
Oh,
we covered up pretty much everything.
That's true. That's true.
know.
All right, let's get out of here.
I'm on a nostalgia kick right now.
Yeah,
man.
hey, listen.
Yeah, the nostalgia
Right?
thing was just great though. You know, I'm kind of glad that it was a slow week for news.
Yeah, me
I'll be
too.
honest with you.
Me too. I mean, right now, with all the news that happened last week, I wanted to just freshen my palate and everything, and just go back into nostalgia, learn about what games actually we grew up with.
About more stuff like this.
Yes, games.
I've only
Yes.
talked about a game in episode.
Yes.
That was rock.
Yes. We actually listen. I mean, we are actually going to go even deeper into gaming lore. We're gonna go deeper into gaming soundtracks and everything. What
makes me extremely happy that you said that.
Yes, and
My two favorite things.
Yes.
Outside of gaming
Right.
itself.
So we are going to definitely go from so basically starting in the upcoming weeks, we are actually going to dig even deeper. And trust me, it's going to be so fun, so amazing, and we want more interaction. And obviously, we're going to be expanding further too. We are actually going to be hitting Twitch. Even so, a lot of people don't like Twitch, but the algorithms and everything are actually very good. So we are actually going to push into that era to actually drag some of that era to our era, and of course we're going to be hitting some other locations as well. So we are going to be expanding our audience.
Here's the thing. If Twitch, if we have any problems with Twitch, though, we'll probably end up going to Kick. If worst comes to worst.
If worst comes to worst. If worst comes to worst.
Everywhere.
Yes, we are going to spread like a virus, a good virus.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to be the cure. Yes, you're going to be the cure to your gaming disease. Your disease.
I want to be your steroid.
Aye. Okay, that's cool.
Hardcore, all in.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So, anyway, we are Gaming Treble. I'm Torrance Hudson, also known as Hud Zero. And then, of course, my partners, and I think go ahead and start and do your outros, and we can get out of here.
Neon Samurai signing out, man. I'm about to jump on with some RPGs after this call.
Absolutely.
Please, players, play on, and thank you eternally.
Indeed.
Thank you to all the players for tuning in. And remember, the important thing about gaming is fun. So, thanks again, players, for tuning in.
Woo.
All right, fellas. Have a good night. Remember, stay healthy. Keep on gaming. Keep on leveling up. And we'll see you on the next episode of Gaming Treble. Have a good one, guys. Take care.